Very open field. Terry's up there, Lawrence as well, and of course Brian Shaw.
Yeah, Terry and Lawrence are doing great. Brian Shaw is a giant at 420. He's going to do very well.
Okay, you mentioned the truck. Tyres involved once again. This time they're attached to a 10-ton beast. We know that Mike Jenkins is very good at this, don't we?
Yes, he is. But it's whether or not he has enough weight to pull it.
All right, okay, because it's all about the size. That's a big, big factor in pulling this beast up the incline.
It really is, and it's also about staying low, pulling hard, using the rope, and having the guts to finish it.
Well, James this time telling us it is a beast. 10,000 kilograms, 10 metric tons, 75 seconds the time limit. The course is 30 meters long, and to make matters worse, it's slightly uphill. Well, this is what has happened earlier. Lawrence Charlet couldn't finish the course, only 27.8 meters. But Bjornsson became the first man to complete the course. Under a minute, 57.94 seconds. Good time for everybody else to try and beat. Well, this is the situation at the moment. Hafthor Bjornsson of Iceland, 57.94. Lawrence Charlet hanging on to second place, just. But all that will change, I am sure. Savickas of Lithuania, twice world's strongest man in the past, surprising everybody by only being down in 5th place. And you heard in the introduction how important body weight is. Well, this guy certainly got an immense body weight to contribute towards pulling this giant truck.
But he's starting on a very low heart rate, so he's cool, he's relaxed. It's going to put his body to the absolute limit, this. 30 meters, only one man has finished so far, and he's coming up to the 15-meter mark now.
His heart rate is surprisingly still low, Colin, although you suspect as he gets towards the end of the course and starts to have to pull it uphill slightly, that heart rate is going to race away to the 200 mark.
Well, I'm just amazed, Paul. This is what you'd call the aerobic zone still, where you're burning oxygen. He should be up at 180, 185 now. Very impressive endurance for such a massive man.
Well, let's remind you of the time to beat has just been passed, so Bjornsson is still in the lead. And Savickas has got to find big points from somewhere if he's to retain his title. The front of that truck has got to go over the line. He's well outside 70 seconds and just finishes now. 176 beats a minute, though, is still very impressive for a man of his size. 71.63. That could be good enough for second place, but as always, there are still some very strong men to come.
You know, he just held his form so well there, Paul. As he came towards that final incline, he just kept driving, kept the momentum coming.
Terry Hollands now in 4th place overall after the first 2 events. Now, certainly, he seems to have recovered from that first event where he ripped his hands. But this could affect him because he's going to have to pull on that rope at the front, and that will hurt for driving forward. Important to stay low here, Colin, to maintain good posture, so the technique is a factor as well.
It is, and Hollands is in a great position here. He's getting his hips and legs into it. Very, very rarely do you see Terry Hollands beaten, even in a World's Strongest Man final at the truck pull. So expect a finish here, but how quick?
Well, he's going strongly. He's like a puffer train there at the front, breathing hard. Heart rate up to 175. Clock ticking away, 40 seconds gone now. He's got to maintain momentum. Just rocking and rolling a wee bit. So fatigue obviously setting in now. But he's got to drive through that pain barrier. How much has the Englishman got left?
His legs have totally gone to jelly, Paul. He's still got over 15 seconds. Big mistake to throw away the rope. But right now he's not thinking straight.
Well, he's just hanging on and hanging on. He's going to be within the time limit, we think, although there's only 5 seconds to go. He's not going to complete the course, in fact. Oh, wow, absolutely out. That is a knockout, if you like. Currently in 3rd place, just beating Lawrence Charlet.
His legs just started to turn to jelly at the end there, Paul, and his hands, too. He can barely grip the rope with fatigue. He chucks it away, and he just had nothing else to give.
From the USA, Brian Shaw.
Brian Shaw, the tall American, just chalking his hands. and hoping and praying that the rain will not arrive.